think they were talking about to where on the real frigid nights to be able to have like just little heaters to heat up for the plow and stuff, just to set in there.
No. We don't have
Here we have. Oh, we had heaters to plug in, and that's it. All of the vehicles.
Oh.
We never had no heaters in that long time, right?
City shed had that stove in there, an old wood stove, that's back in the garage.
Yeah, well, there was an oil furnace, cause I hadn't drug that out yet.
Yeah.
It's still hooked up, cause I don't know what to do with the oil lines.
That was all Phil's, that was in his office. That was Phil's building, yeah.
And we were just talking about maybe getting some little kerosene heaters. That was a long time ago, I can't believe it even got put on today. We talked about just getting a couple kerosene heaters so on the real cold nights, because remember we kept having the plow truck gel up. So we talked about now we got doors, it'd be nice to be able to throw some kerosene heaters in there to get the plow truck. That's.
I didn't think a lot of heat for a month, though, without any insulation. Price of kerosene.
You be able to get the hydrants for us?
See what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab those.
September?
Yep. I forget what day it's supposed to be done. What day is that supposed to be done?
Second Wednesday,
Okay, so that'd be, yeah.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Mid-Iowa watershed agreement, we just approve that next meeting. Let everybody read it over. Just a matter of. I don't think everybody needs to know that one. Yeah, it was in their form to look at. We're gonna pass it anyway. One of them.
One minute, would you have to do it this week? If you just get them.
Anything else on water? Sewer. Mine still works. Maintenance position, I just wouldn't keep putting an ad in. Okay,
But yeah. I mean, we should have had one in when he didn't show up.
yeah. Let's just,
For 3 more weeks after that.
Okay.
what's it cost for 3 weeks?
I think it was like 100. I'd have to do it for sure.
What are we saying, what are we offering?
15.
20 an hour?
15.
15?
Put it up there by the post office, there's the two people at that.
And the display case, put it in the display case.
Yeah, okay.
As well as in the paper.
Propane heater for city maintenance shed. No, that's we decided no. You gonna do that.
I got a little, like, I'll give it to you. Put it in here. Take the heat off.
Yeah.
Cool off.
You can toss it in there. I might have one too.
I'll just donate it to the city.
Okay.
That's by the tank.
Okay, streets, what about these potholes on 216, 218 Second Street?
Those are mine. So in the strip between my sidewalk and the street, I now have 3 large sinkholes, and then there's one on the back of my on 218 next down by the back alleyway. And a couple of years ago, before I moved out, somebody was looking, and I told them I was trying to fill them in, but they said I would never be able to fill them in. And I got the impression that that was something to do with the drain and culverts. It had something to do with.
We'll get somebody to look at them. I think I know what you're talking about. They're out there.
I just had 1 or 2, and now I've got, like I said, now I have 3 in the front and 1 in the back. I'm just out here visiting, so I'm trying to. I've called several times, and I've never had anybody return any of my calls or.
Called here?
I've called, yeah, and left messages on the answering machine, but I
Get
haven't.
somebody to look at it.
But yeah.
Like I say, we haven't had a city employee.
That's what I've understood, yeah. I'm living in Oregon right now, so I'm just kind of I'm just here to take care
A
of
couple
some
years, I
stuff.
did look at them with Richard.
Was okay,
With Richard Weebeck, he lives across the street.
yes.
And they're on the berm, right? Right on the berm, by the edge of the
Yeah.
street?
Well, not, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. but I don't know if that's something I need to take care of, I need to know, because
Well,
I don't want
that's
somebody to get
in
hurt.
the area where it's
It-
both of our responsibility.
Yeah, and I just need to know what I don't want somebody to, like, it was something, my daughter-in-law's corgi fell into one
You know?
once, and we've had a couple of cars get stuck in the front tire, or, I don't want anybody to get hurt, and I wanna know what I need to do to protect
You're
myself.
supposed
as
to
much as somebody
maintain
else.
that area. The property owner is supposed to maintain your
Uh-huh.
farm.
So I need to have something dug and culverts put in myself, is that what?
There's a culvert there, a working culvert there in there. Well,
I don't think, what you're talking about, right on the edge, I've seen those big holes there, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, right after,
Yeah.
between the street and before between my street and
Right.
sidewalk, yeah.
There wouldn't be a culvert there,
Just build with gravel.
yeah.
they're gonna have to be filled with something, cause I've seen them when I used to go walking past there. And you've got like 3 of them there, I think.
There's 3 now, yeah. There was not 3 when I left, but there is now. So,
Did you take the tractor and take some of this gravel?
Again, write down the address, I don't really know. I've
Right
never
across
noticed the
the
holes.
kitty corner from Weebeck's, right?
yeah, across from, Rhonda.
Hey, Ron and Harry, yeah.
In here, yeah,
16,
right across the street
17
from them.
Second Street is the address, if you don't know the name.
16 and 18, yeah.
Yeah.
Write it down, I'll pick it up from you.
216 is just an empty lot,
Yeah.
218,
and then 218 is where my house, is the house.
It's
is
a
on.
big house, used to be the Valentine house, you wouldn't know that either.
That's the one that's got the pine trees in front of it, where you gotta go behind to read the meter.
You gotta go to the
My pine tree. Oh, those, yeah. I talked about those too.
Yeah, I know what house it is now. Big groundhog lives in
Yeah.
one of those holes, I think.
I could explain that.
Yeah.
Okay, satisfied with that?
Yes, I just wanted
Have
to,
him throw some gravel in there.
okay.
Anything else, maintenance department, you think you'll hear?
Vicky Beaver's house.
Oh, yeah, we can be
I
your
did speak to her one day, it was probably about 2 weeks ago now. And she said she really appreciated that, she just hasn't said anything about it, but she knows it needs to get done. She doesn't know anybody offhand that she could ask to come do a bid, and I told her I would help her out with trying to find somebody. But,
Yeah, we can tell the kind of fencing that we need to replace.
she said she has.
Is that right by the central air
Mm,
or back by the alley? Which part of the fence you talking
I
about?
think it's the central air section, isn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause we talked about it before, when we were talking about the library getting fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all alongside the library, because they had the siding done is when they took it down.
It was just a wooden fence, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's lined in the yard still, most of it.
Can that be reused?
If it's
I
not
asked her
rotten.
about that, and she feels like a lot of it's pretty weathered and worn from laying
Laying
behind
down.
and whatever in there.
That could be replaced, yeah.
To be continued.
You want me to fix that?
I asked my husband and he would be able to, but it'd be about 3 or 4 weeks before you had to get to it.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Anything else maintenance?
No.
Street, garbage, park, pets, clerk, this colored printer.
Yeah, Philip had asked me to do some pricing around on a color printer, and I haven't had time to, so I had nothing on that.
We'll table that. Nomination papers.
Why do we have to have those in?
So I received
Good
another
day.
packet, so it says this year all nomination papers need to be filled out in our office. The first day that a candidate may fill out nomination papers with our office is Monday, August 28th. The final day that a candidate may fill out nomination papers with our office is Thursday, September 21st, no later than 5 p.m.
September,
21st is the last day,
that's Thursday.
and the first day is August 28th.
Okay, to let you know, get them filled out. Okay, Johnny Six is Model T.
Yeah, Brian St. Nick asked me down in Chelsea, Marshall, he said, would the city be interested in Johnny St. Nick's old Model T? I don't know, you know the name of the guy that's got it now, Gary?
No, I don't.
But anyway, he said he would give it to clutier if we would use it like for parades and such as that. But we can,
Keep it in honor of Johnny.
yeah, keep it in honor of Johnny.
Where are you gonna keep?
Right over here. It's not that big.
Now, it ain't much longer than this.
Right over here.
But it's
Just
down
sits
there.
pretty
You have to get licensed and insured.
I was
Insurance?
wondering if we'd have to insure it.
Well,
Yeah, we'll have to insure it.
that's historic, you don't have to license that.
No.
So you guys.
Like for insurance, what I've got on my old cruiser,
He's saying he'd give it this to us.
he's
Gift
giving,
it to us.
yeah,
Donate it to the city.
donating it to the city. Yep,
In honor of John.
if we're interested in it, I'd like to have him come down and explain to us, you know, that we can't sell it or all of this. But I told him I would bring it up at the council meeting. I thought it was a pretty good idea. You know, if the town goes to, I guess we wanna keep our celebration going. If somebody from our town represents our town at a parade, you go to their parade, they come to our parade, that's the way it usually works, you don't have to,
Probably have to trailer it then, right?
well, you know,
For sure.
unless you start off the day before.
At least. I'll pull it with a
That's
That's a neat idea.
I thought it was a pretty good idea, but that's just me, I like cars, so.
So you said something about having Brian come and talk to the council about like,
How's the guy?
Well, Brian will contact the guys.
okay.
Does it have to be a deed of sale or whatever,
How he wants to do it, he wants to make sure it's never sold.
or what they're asking?
We have to make it.
I just would hate to see it end up like this other one we got over here in
Well,
Shed,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, you know, if nobody takes care of it, you know, okay, 2 years, and then it's 3 years, and then all the gas is
Five,
dropping.
10 years down the road, you get a different council in here that,
Well, if you think up where they can't sell it, then that's okay.
No.
That's
And,
not like,
you know,
if that's what you.
if they're not interested in it, why, I'm not gonna pursue it.
I would think a private person maybe would be better off having it than the city owning something that, another thing that we're gonna have to
I know,
provide,
provide a space for in here.
yeah, provide a space.
I think with the
provide
roof on the
insurance.
shed now, and there's plenty of room for it over there, and that fire truck's probably
And then
gonna
it
get
ends up
repaired
sitting.
somewhere down the line. I think it'd be
There's no need
perfect
to
for the
take
city.
it here to there, you know, it's.
Yeah.
It's just, something to think about,
Think it over, yeah, that's what you can
huh?
Same way with that old fire
do.
truck.
Think it over. We have to-
Yeah, I would have them come in and, you know, I mean, there's other things that we need to spend a little bit more on, well, like sidewalks and stuff.
Upkeep on that, or insurance and license are historic, so they're free. And insurance on probably is,
Well, minimum, on that, I think it's 200 a year.
Huh?
I think on that out there, over there, it's $200 a year.
And maintenance on it, like, if it, you know, you want it running and.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to, you know, show it on a flatbed,
We haven't got a good track record when it comes to stuff like this.
yeah. Maybe somebody in town would be interested in,
But I don't know if he wants to give it to
wants it to. Well, have him come in.
Okay, I'm
All
gonna,
you can do.
Old Brian and that.
I have a question. Did we get to the DNR report on the water supply?
No.
That would be in the water department, right? I just had a question, like, it's encouraging us to take, action on minor deficiencies, requirements, and recommendations listed. Do we have a copy of that?
I do, it was, 7 or 8 page copy, so I didn't think.
Okay, well, that would be good to have, to know what, we need to take, action on. They're strongly
talking about this
encouraging.
one,
Yeah, yeah. Cause they're asking us to take action on these, deficiencies or requirements. Can you read what those are?
talking about the bacterials.
Whatever the deficiency.
Minor deficiency, collect 2 or more successive sets of bacterial samples at 24-hour intervals before finished water storage structure are placed back into operation. Permitted change.
We don't have that.
No.
No, he just
So
had
it
it.
says summary of significant deficiencies, there are no significant deficiencies to report. Summary of minor deficiencies are to collect 2 or more successful sets of bacterial samples at 24 intervals before finished water storage structures are placed back into operation. Submit the change of sample site form for lead and copper monitoring. Efforts must be made to ensure sample locations used during the next monitoring period meet requirements of the lead and copper rule.
We weren't taking care of that.
Yeah,
So that needs to be forwarded to him to make sure he's following.
and he did receive it.
It looks like he got emailed.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
And ICAP,
I have grant. I came in on the 13th and walked around with, Todd, which is the risk service manager for ICAP. And he did his, checks and his walkthrough. And his summary pretty much is just saying that, as a result of the visit, I am submitting the attached recommendations, which are intended to assist you in your risk control efforts. The attached statement of action taken form is provided for you to document and respond to recommendations. So what he is asking is, the above ground gas and diesel tanks located at City Hall, it is suggested to improve gas and diesel fuel tank safety conditions so that they comply with standards for outdoor storage and dispensing of fuel from above ground storage tanks. Improvements will reduce the risk of fires and spills of flammable and combustible fuels. Number 2, let's conduct motor vehicle record checks annually. He pretty much told me that he just wanted to make sure that we get driving records for anybody that's gonna be driving a city vehicle. Require an employment application for all full-time and part-time employees. He's
don't
like,
we already do that?
we do, a resume, but we have to have an actual, just generic application, because he said that if you get 2 people that are right on the borderline of being equal candidates, and one's, had served at some point in time, that they're the ones that you're supposed to hire. He's like, you could get in trouble if you don't follow rules.
Yeah, I thought we had an actual application.
You can, you can download those off the internet,
Yep.
just generic ones.
And
Yeah.
conduct pre-hire background checks.
Yep,
I thought we were doing that too.
yes, we do those. Which he didn't ask to look at any or anything like that, so.
We just started doing that though, didn't we?
And then develop, city employment policies. He said that we should have like an employment handbook or something along those lines for any employees. Conduct documented sidewalk inspections and enforce ordinance for repairs. So that might be one of the things that if we're gonna do an ordinance change that we can add into.
That would be a plan to do something, not really an ordinance, but we should be
Well, we already have
maintaining
one.
the, yeah, we
He did.
should be
enforce it.
maintaining the sidewalks.
He was just saying that like the cracks and the bumps in them and all that kind of stuff could be a site for a lawsuit or something along those lines. in case
All those
somebody
mother
brings it up.
backs.
You know, there's a company that comes and shaves sidewalks. You know, when they're all uneven and they shave them, wouldn't that be cheaper than getting them redone?
Gosh, I wouldn't know.
Yep, the property owner's responsibility to decide one side.
Oh, is it?
gotta tell them.
Yeah. We just gotta make sure we do our own. set of good
Downtown,
Yes,
that's ours,
yes.
those are bad.
I had my guy there today.
Well, the bank did their own though, when they did it.
Good.
The bank paid for theirs, right?
Right.
So
They're
all
supposed-
businesses
they're-
and stuff is
businesses are
responsible.
responsible for their front out there.
We have one business,
So,
we have one business,
No, you gotta
The
talk to the
owners.
property owner. Every property owner is in charge of their,
right, but what about the?
it's just like I'm in charge of my sidewalk in my house, and my property.
So we don't maintain any of the sidewalks at all,
we tell them,
You're saying-
do it.
the main street,
That's what he wants.
These out here are ours.
so the rentals,
Wherever they're
the
city
rental
property.
units or the empty units, those are those people's problem.
Yes.
Exactly. It's the property owner's responsibility.
So, do we need to write letters to those that own those properties?
Enforce our ordinance. You wanna start?
Well, I don't know, it's just, I'm saying,
I'm saying when you start enforcing ordinances on people that do their sidewalks, I suggest that the city have all our sidewalks up to,
you know,
no.
I'm not saying to write it,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
saying that I was wondering whose responsibility for the different areas that.
Property owner is responsible for their own sidewalks.
Okay.
I would like the council's permission to have our city clerk call the county and get that safety radar little trailer they have that they said they would loan out.
Oh, yeah,
And I would like to have it placed up there by the clutier sign coming into town. There's a 25-mile
right.
sign there, so should be by a speed sign. Permission to have her call the county and put us in line to have one put out there.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Over in Hubbard, they were having problems with people flying through town. And they called the guy that owns the car lot. They called the sheriff's department, had him park the car there, just to slow traffic down even.
Keystone's got one when you come in from the south, and it's just a helpful reminder to make sure you get slowed down.
Wellsburg does too.
Gary made the motion, you second? Motion by Gary, second by Sue to have the safety speed sign placed at the city of Clutier sign coming into town. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
It's Walnut Street that needs one.
Huh? What's
I
that?
said, it's Walnut Street that needs one.
Third Street does too.
Well,
Walnut Street,
they're just gonna give us the one. Maybe we can move it around. I don't know. I
That's,
see an awful lot of them just
Oh, there's one.
and it's the first spot coming into town. I know Benton, when they got a sign like this, they put it at the entrance of their town, by us 30 mile an hour. I figured, hey, if we wanna put it somewhere else, I'm sure they'd move it. I don't know if there's a big, long waiting list. But I'm just gonna call and get us on the list and have it put out. Okay, power sheet water, we need to do something here. So this is
That was just the water.
the watershed, that's the lead service line, we did that. Water tower. That's fuel contract.
Yes, that was the one that was sent to us, and then I have to send off.
Yeah, we always do the contract. Prepay. We've always done that.
Which is, I had to pay it before the council, because we wanted to bring that up.
Okay, the ICAP grant,
Yes, so that is $1,000 grant, we can use anything for safety measures, it could be anywhere from signs or antivirus software, anything that's,
pertains to safety, security. I see we probably could use more road cones and signs, the barricades. Seems like we never have enough.
I
I
think
looked in
it-
here for our city cones, I think I found 4.
I ain't found the old ones, I don't know where they're at, but they're here.
They got a bunch of signs up the library shed, bunch of road blocking stuff.
I saw some cones Saturday that said standing for clutier on it.
My security camera picked up the party bus stealing that cone right in front of the brick building across from my place.
Oh, really?
And I
They
So-
were different bats.
They picked it up and put it in their bus,
took it with them.
the party bus.
It got returned.
Huh?
It got
They're
returned.
not the same one.
Oh, not the same one. I heard about it Saturday and I was told it was returned.
But yeah, I got,
If you're gonna order stuff, get the ones like we use this weekend, the ones that have the
bar.
Yeah.
the bar that you extend out and just put over the top.
okay.
Yeah, those are standing for clutiers.
Yeah, but the city
Yeah,
can order
yeah,
something like
right,
that.
right.
Those are really nice.
Everything up at the library shed that's standing for clutier stuff, there's no city stuff in the library shed.
I think our city stuff disappeared when she had her car. I haven't seen that.
well, I come in and got,
The white ones?
all I could find was 4 of them for, the dance for Friday night. It was usually 6.
The old ones are gone, I don't see the old ones at all. They're gone.
The only thing that, cause I helped Seth come get the barricades for the car show, and the only thing that we took, like the AR ones, and then, yeah, we took those, and we brought them back the next day. But we didn't take any cones or anything.
I
I would
think-
say, did we spend that money on street stuff? I don't know.
I asked him about that too, and he's like,
Safety.
yeah, and he said if you wanted to, that waste management site, he goes, you can go on there, and there's cities that are getting rid of that stuff for really cheap too, and he's like, it doesn't matter how it's used, as long as it's used that way, he's like, that way you get your bang for your buck kind of stuff.
I think there are cones in the maintenance shed. Pretty sure there's cones in the maintenance shed.
Are they?
I think so. Might be.
Well, I'm seeing we got things pretty much. Looks like we come to you, Wayne. I'll, give you the floor.
So basically, I got my camera recording here. The last meeting didn't really go so well. I got a few things, so, and I kind of intend on, I feel like well, actually, I'm going to bring this one up first. So each one of you should have a paper that's called the House File 2502.
Yeah.
So, is what I did is I X'd out what does not apply here because those are shooting ranges. So anything X'd out doesn't apply. Well,
So what's your object here?
so basically,
At the last meeting,
I had
what is
two
it you want?
sheriffs single me out. Was here, searched me, but did not search anybody else. And so I found the Iowa law, this is Iowa state law, that I want you guys to read.
I don't need to read it, you can come and go anywhere you want. If I was here, I don't think that'd happen.
So basically what I'm saying is, you guys have the right to ban them, but if you do, you have to have
Right.
adequate security and
And right
adequate.
now, we don't, so,
Are you gonna, so you're not gonna,
I think you ought to go down and talk to the sheriff on what you're trying to tell us here, because I talked to Dennis Clutier and he said.
I
was
did
there
too.
Pro tem that night, and he told me, if you don't want him coming in there with a gun, that's your prerogative. And I said,
right,
"I don't
and we
want
have
him
can't-
nothing
coming in
now
there
that
with a gun."
stops you.
you can't do that.
Well, you go down and talk to him then.
I'm telling,
I can do.
do I got the floor?
I'm just telling you what I,
Cause you're the one that made a big deal over it. Nobody else had a problem with it. You said if I found it, that you would listen, and that's what I'm trying to do.
well, I'm just
I'm
telling you
listening.
what Dennis told me.
Continue, go ahead.
So I don't really need to read the top part about it, but just basically anywhere it says a political subdivision means a city hall, sheriff, just that kind of a deal. Now, I'm gonna read the bottom part, or actually the middle part and the bottom part. So on number 3 of that page, if a political subdivision of a state prior to, on, or after July of 2020 adopts, makes, enacts, or amends any ordinance, measure, enactment, rule, resolution, motion, or policy regulating the ownership, possession, legal transfer, lawful transportation, modification, registration, or licensings of firearms, firearms attachments, or other weapons, when the ownership, possession, transfer, transportation, modification, registration, or licensings of firearms or attachment or other weapons is otherwise lawful under the laws of the state, a person adversely affected by this by the ordinance, measure, enactment, rule, resolution, motion, or policy may file suit in the appropriate court for declaratory and injunctive relief, and all damages attributable to the violation. A court shall also award the prevailing party in any such lawsuit reasonable attorney fees and court costs. Now, on this bottom part, it says a political subdivision, which is you guys of the state, may restrict the carrying, possession, or transportation of firearms or other dangerous weapons in the buildings or physical structures located on the property under the political subdivision's control if adequate arrangements are made by the political subdivision to screen the persons for firearms or other dangerous weapons, and the political subdivisions provide armed security personnel inside the building or physical structure where the restriction is to be in effect. So this does not apply to just meetings. It also applies for when you're open for the public to come in to pay their water bills, and it wasn't happening, but I'm the only one that got singled out. I'm the one that got searched. Nobody else that was here got searched for it. And I was coming in for other issues, not this. I've been a firearm owner for ever since 2012. I've been pissed off and irritated at people many countless number of times, and I never once ever pulled a gun or attempted to threaten